Blitzers, Nerf Clan, welcome back to the channel. Two awesome games for you to watch today. We got a tier 8 battle with a Celestial, and it is the top North American damage game by GhostRider. And this game with a T95E6 by Atomic here in Mayan Ruins. Starting with Atomic here, who's a Unicum player, or Super Unicum, I should say. He's driving this really crazy tank, in my opinion, the T95E6. I own it. One of my worst failures of all time I've been with this tank, so I haven't played it since. But nonetheless, it's a unique tank. I consider it a medium. It's actually lighter, I believe, than the M48 patent, yet it is considered a heavy, which is good for it because they gave it a buff on its hit points. As you can see, he's got a pile of hit points there. They clear that Centurion very quickly, and it's a 7-on-6. Mayan Ruins, obviously, where Atomic is playing here, is a terrific spot, and one that you can do really well with a tank with -10 gun depression like this T95E6. Unfortunately, the 95E6 does have a tumor on top of its head, which was buffed not that long ago, I believe, but it's still susceptible to being destroyed when you are hauled down. So it's a weird -10. It's kind of like, I think about it like the Drac or other -10 tanks that have weak turrets. You can't go haul down. You just have a mobile tank that can do a lot of things, maybe like the AMX 50B. Anyway, IS-7 flanks Atomic, so he gets the heck out of dodge, and he finds himself a Leo PTA, which is a terrific little snack. Hits him in the engine with HE, but unfortunately does not full pen. It's 7-on-5 right now, so things are going good here, but and they will for this match in general, but watch how Atomic positions himself. They still don't see him for some reason. I don't know what in the world is happening to these two idiots in the 121B and then the Leo. The 121B finally notices Atomic, who catches him on fire. Gets almost a 750 on just that one shot because of the fire. The 121B now is very low health, and Atomic is just punishing him. This tank, like all tanks, most tanks, is slow in the water, as you can see. The 121B actually being able to pull away there. It's a 4-on-4, by the way, so the other team did turn it around somewhat. But now it is a 3-on-3. Atomic still has a 1,700 hit points. He can do a lot of crazy things if he wants to, but there is a full health IS-7, a full health, nearly full health Panzer E100, so lots to damage to be done, and they have an E100 who's about 3/4 health. So Atomic's sitting right now 4,000 health, or 4,000 damage, not health, and he's thinking to himself, what do I do here? So again, I love watching awesome players play because I think he chose the perfect path. He could have gone a lot of different ways. He could have gone down the canal, he could have flanked to the right, he could have gone all the way back to his spawn or some crazy thing like that, but he went right between these two buildings, putting the IS at a disadvantage because the IS-7 did not have any gun depression, which gives Atomic already 2 shots. Here's the third on this IS-7 before he can really do much of anything. And what that does is just simple. It just preserves his hit pool. He's got some help there as well, but Atomic is trying to actually get most of the damage here. The T-54 now runs in. Atomic is going to try to get the kill here, gets the gun down, but it gets secured by the T-57. It is now a 3-on-2. As you can see down there on the left-hand side is the E-75, and the Jag Panzer E-100 is still up here with pretty good amount of health, actually. And it's at this point, it's still conceptually anyone's game, but Atomic is not going to let that happen. And one thing that he did beautifully here with the IS-7 is that position and the way you took it enabled you to be able to still be brazen here and afford even a shot from, well, a Young Panzer shot would be less than ideal. You could be gone with that, but nonetheless clears the Young Panzer, the E-75. So this is a game that I think Atomic made look easy, but it definitely wasn't. He finished with 7,600 damage, 2 kills, 1,583 base XP, mastery obviously, and you can see he damaged all 7 tanks. So terrific game, terrific positioning and use of your tank. Terrific job, Atomic. Thanks for sharing this with us. And next we move to Himmelsdorf. We have GhostRider 3, who is playing the Celestial 112. I have vowed never to play this tank again, so we'll see if that vow hell holds up. So, Himmelsdorf is a pretty straightforward map. This is Encounter, and quickly, GhostRider realizes that his teammates have small brains, but the question is, do the opponents have smaller ones? They are pushing left to the left flank. The team is split. GhostRider is encouraging his players to move forward. But he realizes, I think, at that moment that he's going to have to do a heck of a lot of this himself. So he's got a Panther up here. They're mostly in the rails. You can see there's about 5 or 6 tanks over there in the rails, and a Smasher is going mid in Himmelsdorf. Going him in Middlesdorf, you may as well have just killed yourself. There's really no reason to do that. occasionally it can work with the right tank, but definitely not with the Smasher. Quickly, GhostRider pounds the Smasher with a nice AP shot, and he's going for another. The Smasher's already down to 800 hit points. GhostRider is battling with a Bulldog who wants to hit him in the rear for no reason. Anyway, he is from the Below clan and has no camo, so it is a guaranteed idiot. He's pushing this KV-1S, who must be in here in a failed tune. Those are always fun. I think GhostRider realized that this is a fun kill normally to find a tank 2 levels below you. Note to some of the newer players, that is how this used to be played. You actually had 2 up and down, not just 1 like we have these days. And so GhostRider knows that the KV-1S is going to have a heck of a time penetrating him. Takes a bounce here, I think, in a second, and he's going to finish him off. But things are not going well for GhostRider. It is right now, yeah, of course, everyone else is the nubs there, M41 Bulldog. GhostRider clears him. It is now, it was a 2-on-6. Now it is a 2-on-5. Now the problem that GhostRider runs into is a fellow clan mate here in another alt. This is Silver's 047. Silver does his best there, keeping the hull down. But that's a tough position to be in a 047 facing a Celestial, which is a fantastic heavy. And GhostRider is working hard on him, pounds him with a nice snapshot there. Continues to bounce. He is a 2,800 damage and 2,400 damage block. Keep an eye on his damage and his damage block. This is just utterly insane. He clears him. That was a 1-on-4. It is now 1-on-3. Oh, no problem. 1-on-3. Look at the hit points of the AMX 1390. That is the tier 8 AMX, for those of you keeping track at home. He's also got 2 tier 6s, an IS that is nearly full health. The AMX keeps bouncing him. And then he's got a Panther that he's luckily is not a very good player. So look at this. He just continues to bounce shots. And if you're thinking to yourself, this is just luck, it's not luck. What he's doing is rotating the turret. The turret of this tank is absolutely fantastic. And he's also keeping the tanks against him close proximity that they can't really aim down, angle down to parts of his hull or areas where he can pen. Now this AMX should have been able to do more than he did. He is not a very good player. I'll show you that later. These guys, all 3 of these folks, were not very good. But the AMX was getting some shots off. He already got 664. He is down, our friend GhostRider here is down to 293 health. He clears the AMX. Oh, he's only got 2 left. Now, this IS really should have made this happen by now. Unfortunately, this guy was not a bad player. You'll see that. Not a terrible player. Not a complete idiot. Nonetheless, he cannot pen the face hug with the Celestial. And the Celestial is an epic face fighter, face hugger. And then now, meanwhile, I will say this guy in the Panther is one of the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Saw in my life. And you will see his stats later. They are atrocious. He is shooting the Celestial with HE in the front hull. That will do nothing ever. Well, our good friend here, GhostRider, is at 5,000 damage, 7,205 damage blocked. Don't think I've ever seen this in tier 8. I'm not sure I've ever seen this in tier 10. In terms of the damage blocked and damage delivered. He pounds the Panther. At this point, it's a 1-on-1. It was a 1-on-4. Anyway, this Panther is done. You can see these guys. He actually take a shot from the Panther. He does not. This Panther is unbelievable. GhostRider here finally finishes off 5,000, actually, I think it's going to end up being around 6,000 damage done. 5,021 damage, 5 kill, 1437 base, 1 versus 4s, Kalabanov, Masterclass, Ace Hacker, pretty much everything. There are the opponents. The IS was a 47%. There is Silver, who is a good player for sure. Right there is the AMX, a 44%er. And take a look at this Panther. Holy hell, this guy is terrible. Anyway, great replays to both Atomic and to GhostRider. Terrific games. Congratulations on those masteries, and keep them coming. Please subscribe to the channel.